Does anybody know what a balance is when you're talking about like a account in a bank? Renee?
And make sure you don't spend more money than you have.
Right. So a balance is how much money is currently in your bank account. You're probably thinking about balancing a checkbook, which does making sure that you don't spend more money than you actually have. And that is called a check register. So this is in the back of your checkbook. And this is where you keep track of money going in and out of your account. Can somebody tell me why? I mean, like, why do you have to keep track? The bank keeps track of what's going in and out of your account, so why would you need to care, yeah?
Because if you're like me and you go into debt, then they charge a fee of $100.
Well, they do charge big fees for going over your account, but why wouldn't you, like, let's suppose that you do keep up on it, okay? And like you have a phone app that shows you your account. Why wouldn't you just be able to look at your app, see that you have money, spend it, yeah?
Because sometimes they are wrong.
Sometimes the bank is wrong, that's definitely possible, or
Someone else uses your account.
you mean like a cybersecurity kind of thing, like somebody stole your account? That is also possible, or stole a checkbook from you or something like that. But one thing that is definitely possible, and this is like, it's pretty rare, okay? It's pretty rare for the bank to make a mistake. It does happen though, like it's not impossible. And it's also pretty rare for your like account number and all that stuff to be stolen. It does happen, but it's really rare. Something that is not rare is you giving somebody a check, forgetting that you gave somebody a check, and it takes them a while to deposit it. Do you know what I mean? Like suppose you wrote somebody a check and you're like, here's $200 for whatever I owe you, and they don't deposit it for 2 months.
And then $200 is randomly gone, right?
Right, and so you're looking at your account and you're like, oh, I've got like $250 in there, I can totally afford this one thing I was going to buy. You buy that thing, it goes below 200, and then they deposit the check of 200. What's gonna happen is, if they deposit a check, that the bank will cover it. They will give the people that money, and then they will charge you for overdrafting your account. So this is why you gotta kinda keep track, okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to do 2 sample check registers. The first one, the reason why, I know I could have made this back to back, but I'm trying to be kind, because you're gonna be constantly flipping back and forth and referencing the 2, so I didn't even staple them. I just kept them separate, so it's easy to line them up next to each other. We're gonna do 17, and you are gonna do 18 for your homework. So your homework is this check register. Just next to the big top one, write 17, next to the big bottom one, write 18. 18 will be your homework, and 17 will be what we're doing together. All right, so we're gonna do this nice and slow so that you understand what's going on. So your old balance, according to number 17, is $574.83. That's what you start with on the top right corner. And if it's positive, that means that you have that money in your account. Often, if you are in debt, if you owe something, which happens with credit cards a lot, people put it in parentheses to imply that that's something that's debt. So if you ever see something like that, that's what that is. Okay, now number, what that means is this is the check number of whatever you wrote. Sometimes you'll have a check number, sometimes you won't. And this is, remember, you keeping track of it by yourself. So it says that, it looks like I did check number 179. On December 15th to the Regal Pharmacy. Now what we do here is we've got two separate spots. This is a payment or a debit, or a deposit or a credit. Credit puts more money into your account. You guys know what a credit would be?
And you get paid for that.
Yeah, something that you get paid for, but it's not necessarily just like a paycheck going into your account. Usually the word credit is when you're getting money back for something, like the bank made a mistake, so they're crediting your account a certain amount, that kind of thing. But it looks like we paid this, so we're paying $25.85 here.
Do we need to put the dollar sign in there, because it already has one there?
No, you can leave it just as that. Okay, this is if there's any kind of fee, and that can go here on deposit or credit. See how there's like a minus sign next to it? Okay, this spot right here is later when you confirm that it is actually deposited. That's called reconciling. Like, so once you write this, right as you write this check, you should be writing it in the back of your checkbook, being like, I wrote this for this amount, right? Keeping track of it. And then later, when you confirm with your bank that they actually, whoever you wrote the check to, Regal Pharmacy, actually cashed it, then you put a check mark by it like, yep, they did that. So this is just a line to keep track of that kind of stuff. All right, now, what should I do over here to my balance? Should I add 25.85 or should I subtract? Subtract. So everybody grab a calculator if you don't have one. We're going to subtract this.
Okay. 3405.
What?
All right, for my own sanity. For my own sanity, I am going to put a check mark right here, just so I keep track of what I'm doing on this list. All right, then we got check 189. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 189. It is December 18th. To Monitor Financial for $325. That's a loan payment. Add or subtract? Subtract. Your account is going down. Now we're at $223.98. After that, we've got a deposit. Does a deposit have a check number?
No, it does not.
No. We do still write the dates. I'm going to write down this was 12/20 when we do a deposit. Here I'm just going to write deposit. And over here, I'm going to write it on this line, 288.92. What do I do with deposit money?
Plus.
I add it.